Hey everybody, good evening. Welcome to the Paradigm Shift. Today we are going to be in conversation with Sonali Banerjee. She's the first Indian marine engineer, lady marine engineer. Yes, you heard it right. She went where no woman went before. This is 20 years back, but it's still so relevant because there is still a huge disparity in equal opportunities. So let me just tell you a little bit about Sonali. Sonali has been an inspiration to many young girls over the years. She's a DMET 9599 pass out. She sailed on oil tankers and bulk carriers till she cleared her MEO Class 1. She then quit for sailing to start her family. She served as a Manning Superintendent with MSC Ship Management and thereafter served as a technical manager to offshore company Samson Maritime and is currently serving as a Senior Surveyor with Indian Register of Shipping. Please welcome the gorgeous Sonali Banerjee. Let me just add her here.
Hi Kaushal. Hey everybody. Thanks for joining.
Hi
Hi.
Deepshika, good evening.
Hi. Welcome
Hi.
to the Paradigm Shift.
Thanks so much. And it's my pleasure to be with you on Paradigm Shift. The lovely, vivacious Ms. Deepshika.
Thank you so much. And today, thankfully, the video is clear. So I can absolutely see you clear. So I think we can go ahead with this
Okay,
live.
okay. So that was a bit of a concern that whether, the uploading is still and the live streaming is still okay or not.
Yes.
Thanks so much.
Uh,
Yeah.
yes. So tell me, Sonali, you have been an inspiration to so many young girls. Tell us, what is the paradigm shift mean to you, and how did you get onto this journey?
Well, to me, how I perceive a paradigm shift, if I may have to discuss about that, I think paradigm shift is all about game changers and people and people who have had revolutionary thoughts and ideas which would drive some social changes, bring about social changes, which would be a bit away from what the conventional norms have been. So those people, they contribute to the societal changes and bring about all those changes. Those game changes are what I call a paradigm shift. And I think the
Right.
best example that I can take is what you are doing today. You have a channel, you
Oh,
have a page of your own, and with all that, you no more have to depend on a big media houses, press houses to be able to launch your channel, which was not the episode, say, about 25, 30 years ago. I mean, you need to
wow.
have big connections to be able to have your own column, your own channel in a particular newspaper, and to convey your thoughts to the world. But today, with the
Wow.
click of a button, see where technology has brought us. I mean, we are
We're
no
going
longer
live.
dependent like that. Yes,
Right.
absolutely. So that's what I call that. I mean, don't you think that's a paradigm shift?
I just simply
What
love
it
it
was
because,
and where we are. Yes, absolutely.
yeah, because
Just
I've
see where
never thought of
technology
it.
has taken us.
Yes, I've never thought of
Absolutely,
it
absolutely.
like this. So thank you so much for bringing this
It,
perspective into our
yes,
lives.
absolutely. It's very important. You see how the day-to-day lives are changing and the dynamics are very fast.
Right, right.
So I think that
So,
is what the paradigm shift is all about.
absolutely. So, Sonali, tell us your story. Tell us your story about when did this shift happen and how did this come across?
Well, as you know, I joined DMET in 95 and passed out in 99. So since we are discussing my story, say during my pre-teens, if I remember, I was always very naughty, a bit of a tomboyish, and quite obstinate for that matter. I mean, if I was told not to do something, I would always ensure that I would do it. So that way, I gave my parents a bit of a tough time. But that streak, I think, came long back. Now when I try to relate that, how that happened. So during my
Right,
plus two time, when I was filling up the forms for, say, DMET and Rajendra, and
right.
there were a lot of people who told me, I mean, this is such a waste. Why do you really want to even apply for it? No women are there, and it's going to be such a
Right.
waste of energy and resource. But
Hmm. Hmm.
the moment I was told that, the first thought that came to me was, since they are saying that girls cannot do it, so I have to go and do it. And fortunately, I mean, I was able to make it through, and then the interviews and everything went through well. And now where I am, you can see, and I think there are a lot of women who have joined after me. So I think that was a paradigm shift, I would say.
Yes, totally. So, Sonali, tell us, was there like a rule change during the time that you joined DMET, or it was always there that women could join? I mean, what was was there a policy?
I think a couple of years back only the government had opened their institutes, but I don't recall the year exactly when that happened. But having it said that, till that time nobody had joined.
Okay.
But I hear
Okay.
long time back, say sometimes quite after the post independence era, there was some one lady who tried joining, but maybe she could not complete, because of course the training is very rigorous. It's not a regular conventional engineering college.
Hmm.
It's on the lines of the paramilitary sources. You have to attend Collins. It's a hostel life, and the whole day is scheduled with PTs, Collins, physical training. They train you for the physical part. Then the technical aspects are there. They basically prepare you for life on board. So
Right.
that way, they quite equip you with say knowledge, on hands training, the workshop trainings. They arrange this port trust visits. So everything together kind of gears you up to face life on board.
Right, on board. So you said,
Yeah,
Sonali, that you are a tomboy. So do you have a daughter? You have a daughter, right?
absolutely. Yeah.
So is she a tomboy? Is she like you? Does she defy you?
No, she's quite the opposite of me till now, and but I mean, children change their perspective, their personalities. They undergo sea changes as they grow from age to age. So
Right.
she's more on her
Okay.
father and less on her mother. Yeah, my son is more
Okay.
like me. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So
prankish,
it
quite a
kind
bit of a
of
prankish. Kind of
yeah,
balances out. Yeah, yeah,
balance.
absolutely.
Okay, so tell us, what were the obstacles really for being the only girl in the institute, to be the only girl on the ship? Tell us, what were the obstacles of this paradigm shift?
Well, as I told you, and of course you are aware that there was nobody before. So the main obstacle that I felt was that, of course, the training and all was rigorous. Something women at that time were not so much geared up for. How to use those physical trainings, the workshop trainings, the visits to the ships, everything. So that, of course, it had a great impact on me in the sense that it was very different from a conventional engineering college. But
Right.
more than those physical aspects or the work part of it, I think it was mostly the mental challenges that I found uh, more challenging to deal with, because
Okay.
the
Okay.
people are not really prepared, since they have not seen women before around, so they are not prepared how to deal with it. And
Right.
of course it was a challenge for me, so I had taken a decision to I had to fight it out for myself. So
Right.
that mental challenge was of course there. And work wise, of course, we know that the work conditions on the ships are quite extreme conditions. You
Yes.
have to maintain long distance relationships with your family, with your spouse, with your fiance,
Right.
and
Right.
you have to spend months together on the ship, where you may not have anybody to seek
Right.
some emotional help from or to bond with. So
Right.
seafarer's life by itself is a very challenging life, something not a regular 9 to 5 people can really relate to. They have their own
Right.
set of challenges, and same it was for me. But few additional
Right.
things which I felt was that, since you are the only women on board, and which you would mostly find that of so many men, mostly you will be the only women on board. And since you are months together out at sea, you need to bond with those people who are on board for whatever things. I mean, the good, bad, you have to share with them only. But
Right. Right.
sometimes I found, since people were not prepared, that they had seen women ashore, and they have seen how women were, certain type of women were very virtuous and pious. So anything that is not conforming to the standards, they didn't know how to really deal with that. And they would often come up to you with the stories of, getting linked up with people because you're spending more time with a particular person or you are befriending somebody.
Right.
But you see,
Right.
these days we are having so much of talk about seafarers' mental well-being, mental health of the seafarers. So just saying that on board the ship, I understand you have to maintain the professionalism and you have to keep yourself only restricted to work and work professional relationship. But
Yeah.
having had said that, it's also very important that you should be able to bond with your shipmates.
Yeah.
So those kind of things, if they always try to give it a turn, that they try to link you up with people, these things really plays you down. It actually
Yes.
drifts the focus from your core professional achievement to that why people are all the time talking like this. I mean, if there were other ladies available, I would bond with them. But since that there is no availability, so I have to talk to them.
Yes.
I have to share whatever it is there. So it's
Right.
important that we stop judging women all the time and having opinions about them.
Right. Right. I'm sure,
Especially when women, yes, when women are rising up from the junior ranks, I mean, they just can't go out and say, it's none of your business.
right.
Obviously, at a certain stage, you can say that, but if you are starting off your career, you can't tell people that. But to be able
Yes.
to bring out a more conducive environment, I think we need to give some space to it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I
So
can
these things
actually
kind of
imagine.
plays on your mind. Yeah.
Right, right. No, I can actually imagine that you made the paradigm shift 20 years back and you fast forwarded everybody else's paradigm shift, everybody else's growth along with you. All the men that were with you in college and were with you on the ship, they had to literally, flip the switch and, make the shift. So I'm sure it
Right.
must have been a great journey for them too. And you're so right because,
Must have been.
I
And
have yes, like I have sailed with my husband, and there were so many voyages where I was the only wife on board, and yes, it was awkward, and being the only lady. So here, hats off to you how you actually went shoulder to shoulder and carried out all your responsibilities on the ship. It must have been like a complete job. So that was really
yeah,
good.
not just to me. I think this is something that I think even till today also every girl who goes to sea and takes up seafaring as a profession, she still has to deal with all these things. But then you see
Okay.
there is so much talk going on about seafarers' mental health and mental well-being. So I think there is a lot of baggage the seafarer is already carrying. So let us not
Right.
add on to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
best we can do, yeah, not
Yeah.
make things difficult for people.
Right.
So those challenges are there. Of course, it's mostly the mental challenges that you have to deal with.
Yes.
Physically, and your technical part, your competencies, you can bring it up with more knowledge, with increasing your knowledge base, with the practice. You can enhance your professionalism. But the mental challenges are very something. No
Yes.
college or there is no coaching towards that. Everybody has to
Ab-
have their own strategy as how you are going to deal with that.
Yeah. Even today on the internet,
Is,
like
is,
this.
is the video clear?
Yes.
Is
Yes. The
the
video
video
is
turning
clear.
out
Yes.
clear?
Yes. The video is
Better
clear.
than, yeah.
Yes, I can actually see you properly and I can hear you clear and everything. So, like
Okay.
even today, like on all the internet, if there is so much, there are rules. There are please don't troll people, don't judge people, and all that. So yes, this has to also come into, this is happening on the virtual life
Right.
also.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Must happen even in
Absolutely.
the real life too.
Yes. Because see, as such, life is tough for a woman as compared to a man on the ship. So,
Right.
at least the minimum we can do is don't try to make it more difficult with the intangible things. She
Yeah.
already has enough to deal with.
Right. Correct.
Yeah.
So tell us,
So
Sonali, what has been the impact of the paradigm shift for you that you made 20 years back? Where are you now?
I think I'm quite happy that I took the decision long time back, say in 95, to join DMET and take up seafaring as a career. And I think I'm quite happy and satisfied where I am today. Of course, there are a lot of things which you feel once you've attained a certain stage that you could have done certain things the way you had perceived at that time. But I think I'm quite okay with my journey, and I think going by the numbers of women seafarers that we have today, I think that speaks for itself. The volumes that speak for themselves. Yeah.
Right. And is your motherhood style any different from, somebody like, being a marine engineer, being out at sea? Has your motherhood style been something different? Are there more systems that, for laid out for your children, or is it something like that?
Well, I wouldn't say it's very different because, mother is a mother. Whether she's a seafarer or she's the president or the prime minister, a mother has to deal with her own set of challenges and she has to go through the tough times, sleepless nights, all those things are there. But yes, I mean, definitely I am not the typical coochie queen kind of a mother. And I try to train my children so that from a very early stage, I try to sow the seeds in them that it's very important in life that you have self-reliant mechanisms for yourself.
Right.
You have to be independent, thought-wise, emotionally. Of course, I'm always there to fall back upon, but as far as possible, I always try to encourage them to be as independent as possible. I don't try to be after them with their academics. Academics also, I don't always try to spoon feed them. You read the chapters. If you have any problems, I'll sort it out for you. But I'm not following up the class teacher or their curriculums and everything day in, day out and being after them. No, they have to learn how to be responsible for their own selves.
That is good advice.
Thank you.
To all.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, if there's one thing that you can change about today's scenario in the maritime industry, what is the one thing that you would change?
If you ask me honestly about the maritime scenario today, as compared to what I see in 99, there was the time when the seafaring jobs were booming. But today we can already find that they have started getting a bit sluggish because the economic downfall and all that COVID, so many things have happened altogether. So if the industry is able to generate more jobs for the budding seafarers, then I think we can really take shipping to another platform because there is so much of untapped potential around, I can see. But there are not adequate number of openings, not just for women, but for men also.
Okay.
So I think if that is one prime thing, if we can look at developing the shipping further and create more jobs for our seafarers, maybe it can be a different game.
Yeah. So when we were on a con call, when we were on the telephone, when we were discussing this, you said something very nice about the role of all the men in your life. I would like to say that here.
Yes, I would like to say that when I was in first year college, that was the time I lost my mother. Though my mother and father, they have been the pillars of strength in my life. And since thereon, it was my father who played both the roles of my mother and a father both.
How sweet.
So my father encouraged me, father and mother both encouraged me, and they stood by me like a strong pillar of support. Thereafter, when I got my first break, Captain Lavji Misri, a man, it was not an easy decision to allow a woman to board your own ship. It's such a responsible thing, and it has not been tried earlier, so there is no evidence that how it would turn out to be. Still, he was open to it, and he thought we must give it a chance and let us see how it works out. So that was a bold decision, and he supported that decision. Another man, I would say, in my life, whom I can never forget. Then I had subsequent job changes. Again, there were men around who supported me. Of course, there were different types of people, all sort of experiences. But again, there were in the companies that I changed, there were men who supported me, my husband, my brother. And now I can see my son also being very supportive to the cause of women. So I think definitely where women have reached, of course, it is definitely because of their own efforts for wherever women are today, whosoever have made a mark for themselves. But I also feel that the men in their life have played a very important role in taking them, in motivating them, and promoting them to be where they are. And I think it's true
Awesome.
for all of us, all we women folk.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. They have been wonderful.
So good. So, Sonali, you're an excellent singer as well. So, are you in the mood to give us like two lines of some favorite song that you like singing or humming? I mean, you're an amazing singer.
Well, is my audio clear to you? Today the
Yes,
pictures
yes,
are clear. Is that
yes. The
better?
audio, yes, the audio is clear. Perfect.
Okay, Deepshika, actually I have quite a few favorite numbers, but to be able to sing on this occasion,
Hmm.
I'm generally very bad with lyrics, so I have to look at lyrics to be able to remember the song. But just pardon me for that, but I will try to sing a number.
Thank you.
The song is Ranjishe Hi Sahi. It's a ghazal actually.
Wow.
किस किस को बताएंगे जुदाई का सबब हम किस किस को बताएंगे जुदाई का सबब हम तो मुझ पे पता है तो ज़माने में लिया रंजिशें सही दिल ही दुखाने के लिए रंजिशें सही. That's all I can think right now.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh my God, you're amazing. You're so good. So, Sonali, we are coming to the end of our beautiful conversation. So, everybody who's seeing this from the paradigm shift can connect to Sonali Banerjee, all the young girls that need to join this
Absolutely, they
line
can
of
get in touch with me on various social media. They will personally get in touch with me. And
yes, so she can
whatever I can guide them and motivate them, I will definitely do my part. They're very much
absolutely.
a part of my journey. They would
Yes,
always
I
continue
know.
to. Yeah,
Yes, the thing that you started, you were one of the first
absolutely.
people that started this, so I'm sure. And
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and everybody that is joining us from Sonali Banerjee's page, please follow our page, the paradigmshift.co. We bring beautiful people like Sonali that continue to inspire and motivate people to make paradigm shifts and for the betterment of the community and themselves. So, seeing you next week with yet another guest, and see you soon. Thank you so much, Sonali.
Thank you. Thank you
It
so
was a
much. Thank
pleasure.
you.
It was a pleasure. Okay.
Yeah,
Bye,
mine too. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
bye, Sonali.
Bye bye.